What's up, book nerds? Margot from Team Epic Reads here, and it's time for the April book haul. Finger gun style. Pew, 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 pew. They somehow turned into laser guns. That's just how we do here. I'm just gonna dive right into what I read this month. I managed to read 3 books in my post-Harry Potter book hangover, and the first book that I read after Harry Potter, which I'm so glad I read because it ended up becoming one of my absolute favorite books of all time now, is All Are Wrong Todays. It is technically an adult novel, but I think anybody who's a fan of YA will absolutely love this book. If you loved The Martian and you were like, I need a book that's like The Martian, this is that book. So it's basically set in 2017, except that this 2017 is the future that people in the 50s and early 60s envisioned. So like there's this main character and he totally screws everything up. So he has to travel back in time in order to fix his mistakes, and hijinks ensue. And the main character is really funny, and it's one of those rare sci-fi books that like mixes science fiction with contemporary and like normal everyday issues with heart and sadness, but mostly it's just really funny, and it's super fast paced. The chapters are so short, and I love books with really short chapters. And I honestly cannot like stop shouting out about how much I love this book. I'm absolutely obsessed, and I really think you guys need to read it. It's been so long since I've read like an adult sci-fi novel, and I'm so glad I read it because it was like the perfect antidote to Harry Potter, because it's not like fantasy, and it's just got a completely different vibe, completely different writing style, and it was like a really good palate cleanser for me after Harry Potter, and I'm so glad I read it. And I hope you guys read it too, because I'm obsessed. I got my copy is signed, and it's weird. Have you guys ever got a copy of a book that was signed like in the middle of the book? Because mine's signed like in the middle of the book. That's weird, right? That's like a little bit weird. Anyway, okay, the second book that I read this month is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Check out that cover. I said I was gonna read it, and I finally did. It is also our Epic Reads Recommends pick for Target this month, so if you're in a Target store, head over to the Young Adult section, find the Epic Reads shelf, and you will see this book. So everyone has been obsessed with this book ever since it came out back in January, and rightfully so, because it is so fantastical. That's like the word that I have to use to describe it. Fantastical, because it's magical and fantasy fantastical, or majesty. I think that's already a word. Anyway, so this one is about 2 sisters, and they go to this island. They get invited to Caraval, which is basically like a magical traveling circus, and they get invited to this island to go to this magical traveling circus called Caraval by the circus's ringleader named Legend, and one sister is sort of kidnapped, and it all becomes part of this game, and the other sister has to find her sister in order to win the game and get a wish, and there's like a very sexy romance that happens, and there's like changing dresses and pink sand and like secret dungeons and stuff. There's just like all of this, like she built this whole world on this island that is just like everything you can think of is just like, it's very, I don't know, it's very visceral, it's very like tactile, it's very, I don't know, like the way that Stephanie Garber like describes everything so detailed, you really feel like you are there when you're reading this book. So if you're in the mood for something that is definitely more magical on the fantasy side, I would absolutely recommend you pick up Caraval by Stephanie Garber. The third and final book that I read this month is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. It's not even a sequel, but it's Becky Albertalli's next book after Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, which is one of my favorite YA books of all freaking time. And this one is just as cute as Simon, and Simon does make a brief appearance in this book. So if you love Simon and you're like, oh, I wish Simon was in this book, guess what? He is, but very briefly. So basically, this one is about Molly Pescansuso, and how she has had 26 crushes, unrequited crushes. She's never kissed a boy. And her sister's new girlfriend has a friend that Molly is now really into, but now she has this new summer job, and she has this coworker named Reed who's like a total nerd and really into Cadbury mini eggs. And so she's got like 2 crushes going on at one time, and one of them might pan out. Like, what? First time in Molly's life, she might actually get kissed. And it's really sweet. This whole book is just, It's adorable, it's romantic, it's cute, the side characters are amazing, the parents are amazing. Oh, I love good parents in YA books. I feel like that's so rare, and Simon had amazing parents, and Molly's got amazing parents. I don't know, the main character really reminded me of like Zooey Deschanel's character on New Girl for some reason, and I love that show, so I really love this book. Simon is still my favorite, but I do think that if you love Simon, you will absolutely love The Upside of Unrequited. And this one should be out, I believe now, by the time this video's out. If it's not out now, then it's out next week. It's out April 11th. I remember that because it's the day before my birthday. Ha ha ha! Don't worry, you'll be seeing more of this in the next book haul when I recap the previous month's new releases, which I have to do right now for last month. So let's do that right now. Okay, so there are a lot of new books from the last month because I also missed the new releases from my last book haul because I was too busy talking about Harry Potter, so I've got a lot to go through. So this is just one stack. There's actually more than this, but this is pretty much all I can carry without dropping them, and I feel like I drop the books too much in these videos, so I don't want to do that anymore. So let's just dive right in and see how quickly / accurately I can go through these new releases. The End of Oz, which is the fourth and final book in the Dorothy Must Die series, I have to undress because there's always something super shiny and awesome on the cover of these ones. I also have The Hidden Memory of Objects, a little shiny cover action going on here. The Great Pursuit by Wendy Higgins. This is the sequel to The Great Hunt, and it is a retelling of some obscure myth that I've never heard of called The Singing Bone. This is what it looks like underneath. Girl Code, this is by the creators of Tampon Run, that app. If you've ever played that, go look it up right now. This one's I'm always confused by how to read this cover. Class, The Stonehouse, written by A.K. Benedict, created by Patrick Ness. If you are a Doctor Who fan, yes, these books are the novelizations. They're supposed to go, I think, in between the episodes, the Class Doctor Who episodes. I'm a little unclear because I don't watch our Doctor Who, never seen a Doctor Who episode. So somebody who is more informed than me, please tell us what this book is about in the comments below. We also have One Blood Ruby by Melissa Marr, which is a sequel to Seven Black Diamonds. 100 Hours by Rachel Vincent. This is what that full cover looks like. Just a Girl by Carrie Mesrobian. I am loving the Instagram style photos on the cover of this. Almost Adulting by a YouTuber you might know, Arden Rose. This is her first book. It's coming out. Or actually, by the time you're watching this, it's completely out, so it's out now. Yay! Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. Also new is The End of Our Story by Meg Haston. Sometimes I get these covers mixed up because they look pretty much the same. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Ah! Obsessed with this book. First of all, let's take a look. Here's what the back and the front. So you've got Star on this side, and you got Khalil on this side. I love, love, love this book. I'm not going to go too much into it because I've talked about it in a couple of videos before, but basically, if you are looking for any book to read and you're just like, ugh, I just want to read anything, read this one. This is the one that everybody is reading and talking about right now. It is so, so good, and this is my signed copy. I got Angie to sign it, so that's what she said. Oh, I love this book so much, so much. Oh wait, that's not all, there's more. All right, last stack of all the new releases from Harper. So we have The Thief, The Queen's Thieves books by Megan Whalen Turner. They got brand new paperbacks. So this series started out in 1996. It is like an awesome fantasy series. I've only read the first one, The Thief, and they finally got a new paperback design. Ta-da! In anticipation because there's a fifth book coming out. Not till May, so we'll talk about this more in May, but check out these new paperbacks. I love their design, super cool. I should put these back together. I'll do it later. Okay, also new is Unfiltered, Lily Collins' memoirs. It's sort of a collection of essays here, and she gets very, very personal about her past relationships and eating disorder and her relationship with her dad, who is Phil Collins. If any of you didn't know that already, but I'm sure you did. Lily Collins is like the nicest person ever. She actually wrote a lot of this book when she was in the Harper office, and I met her one day because I was trying to chat with her editor, and I like basically burst into her editor's office, and I was just like, hey, do you have this copy of Hot Dudes Reading? And Lily was sitting at her desk, not the editor, and I was like, oh hey, what's up? You're Lily Collins. And I basically just tried to like play it off like I was totally looking for her the whole time. Anyway, she was super, super sweet, is really nice, and her eyebrow game is 100. The 100 emoji, her eyebrows. I want them. I want to know her secrets. And if you guys are in love with her and you are interested in her life, definitely check out this new book. Okay, and there's 3 more books. Hang there with me. We have Gem and Dixie by Sarah Zarr, her new contemporary book about 2 sisters up in Seattle. Shadowcaster, which is the sequel to Flamecaster. These got a cover redesign. Look at that shiny action going on there. Ta-da! And the last new book that is out is Blacklist by Alison Noel, which is the sequel to Unrivaled, which also got a cover redesign. So check out that cover. And that's it. That's what's new from Harper. Congratulations, you've stuck with me this far throughout the book haul video, and now we've reached the moment in this segment where I talk about all the books that I got from the other publishers. Yay! First up is this, Promised Land. And I'm holding it upside down. Whoops. Promised Land, which is a picture book that is basically like a gay Disney princess tale, except with a prince who falls in love with a farm boy, and I am totally into this. Move them all over to my lap because it makes it easier. Okay, also what I got from the other publishers, Piper Perish by Kayla Kagan. This one is from Chronicle. I am obsessed with this font and this color scheme. It is beautiful. Oh, so pretty. I have no idea what this book's about, but I'm totally into this font. I also got a finished hardcover copy of The Bone Witch. This is a gorgeous package design. I'm loving everything about this. I actually have never flipped it open. Let's take a look. Here's what the naked spine looks like. Ta-da! Very cool. I don't really read a whole lot of horror because I get scared too easily, but this pretty cover design is kind of making me want to read more horror. Ultimatum by K.M. Walton. This one is from Source Books. I also got a copy of Game Change. This is from HMH by Joseph Moninger. Well, football. Fun fact, I've never been to a school that has had a football team. Never. I don't know why that's fun, but I just thought I would share that. Next, I also got a copy of, Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray. Ta-da! She always gets such pretty covers. This one is from Little Brown. Also got a copy of Follow Me Back. This is from Source Books as well. This is also a Wattpad book, which is pretty cool. I've never really played around with Wattpad, but are you guys Wattpad users? If so, tell me in the comments below. Also got Coming Up From Air by Miranda Keneally. She has like a ton of really cute, sweet contemporary romances, so this is her next one. Also got a copy of Stranger Than Fan Fiction by Chris Colfer, comes in this new box. And I believe Chris Colfer is like that Chris Colfer from Glee, I'm pretty sure. Let's flip open. Yes, it is Stranger Than Fan Fiction. Also, he's going to be headlining Y'all West. Super fun. If you guys can make it out to Y'all West at the end of April, come find me at the Epic Reads tent. I will be there. Let's book shimmy, let's hug, let's chat about books, let's do all the fun things. And the last book that I got from the other publishers is also from HMH, is Waste of Space. More sci-fi. So that's it. That's it for this month's book haul. What did you guys read? What are you guys loving? What's happening? What's making you book shimmy? What's getting you excited in the world of YA books? Tell me all of the things. Let's chat about it in the comments below. But quick, before you go, you have to tell me what I should read next. So after I read All Are Wrong Todays, I'm kind of really in this whole like adult fun sci-fi realm, and I kind of want to read another book. So there's 3 options that I want you to pick from, and I don't have either of those options here, so once you decide, I will have to go out and buy a copy. So I have Neil Gaiman's American Gods. Still somehow have not read that, and I really want to read it before the new series on Starz starts in May. I think it's in May, maybe it's April. Anyway, before the new show starts. So American Gods by Neil Gaiman, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, or The Magicians by Lev Grossman. I've heard if you like The Magicians, you should read The Magicians, because if you liked Harry Potter, and I've also heard if you liked The Martian or All Are Wrong Todays, you should read Dark Matter. So I just don't know which one to read, so you guys are gonna have to tell me which to read. American Gods, Dark Matter, or The Magicians. Vote up in the one of these corners where the little eye is. click that and vote and tell me which one I should read next. And I will read it and recap it in the next book haul video. And until then, a book shimmy to you all. This is not a book shimmy, this is like a book curtsy bow thing, but this is a book shimmy. A book shimmy to you all. I'm so excited. I love doing these book haul videos. I love you guys. Okay, I'll see you next book haul. Okay, bye.